Well, hello, folks. It's the Podsquad with Collen Roberts, Susan Moffat Thomas, Kathy Morrison, Wendy Card, and yours truly, Rich Sheridan. And we're on location at the Hanna House, bed and breakfast, in historic downtown New Bern. Thanks for joining us for New Bern Now's podcast for March 12th, 2020, episode 138.
And we're
Yay! Okay, I hate to do this, but we're going to just do that take two on the intro because I was trying to mess with the music. I got the music right, but I didn't get the intro. So can you say that one more time? Go ahead.
Hello, folks. It's the Podsquad with Collen Roberts, Susan Moffat Thomas, Kathy Morrison, Wendy Card, and yours truly, Rich Sheridan. We're on location at the Hanna House, bed and breakfast, in historic downtown New Bern. Thanks for joining us for New Bern Now's podcast, March 12th, 2020, episode 138.
And we're connecting you with the community by talking about the people, places, and great happenings in New Bern and beyond.
All right, and today's show is sponsored by Christina Hart, who's the independent quality provider of Baby Quip. Baby Quip is a nationwide company that delivers baby gear to hotels, vacation rentals, Airbnbs, homes, or anywhere you need them to make anywhere feel like home.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so there's no need to pack or haul all that bulky gear that our kiddos need. She delivers and sets up at your destination. This is perfect for anyone visiting our area or grandparents with grandkids coming into town. That's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Baby Quip rents full-size cribs, pack and plays, strollers, car seats. She'll meet you at the airport. Monitors, toys, and even beach gear like umbrellas, chairs, wagons, and toys. Well, she's got it all. Everything you need for your little ones. Her gear is clean and safe, and she's also fully insured. Christina is also a proud military spouse and mom of 4. Where does she have time? All right, to give her a call at 731-217-5204 or check out babyquip.com/Christina, spelled CHRISTINA 250. Let her know that you heard about Baby Quip on New Bern Now and receive a special discount.
That's
all right.
awesome. Many thanks to Christina and Baby Quip.
Thank you, Christina.
And we want to start off with a special thanks to Camille and Joe Klotz, who are the innkeepers at the Hanna House, and we're going to talk to Camille here in a minute. This is a bed and breakfast. They're hosting this Podsquad episode. You can visit them at 601 Pollock Street in downtown New Bern, or better yet, make a reservation. Here's how you can do it. You can call them at 252-638-1983 or check out hannahousenc.net. So thank you so much for coming on the show and for having us.
Well, this is a pleasure. It's really
Sure,
great.
gotta use the microphone. Don't be afraid. It's all.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
Nuts. This is not my day. All right. Welcome to the Hanna House. It's a pleasure to have you all sitting around the table in my brand new kitchen.
There's a brick oven behind you.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, where did that come from?
Well, it got put in here last year, thanks to
Turn it like that. There we go.
thanks to Gary Allen, our contractor, who has reconfigured this whole kitchen. Cabinets to oven. I can't say enough about the guy. We are now doing all our breads in our brick oven. We make all our breads.
What the
My
folks
husband
can't
does-
see is how good it smells.
I know,
Yeah,
It
Joe
does
does
smell
all our
good,
breads and all our pizzas. So we have weekend pizzas for breakfast, and then weekend couples night, which we do pizzas, and everybody makes their own pizza and gets to have it with wine and beer, and then sometimes we do pizzas out elsewhere too, around town. So that is our big thing. We are a bunch of foodies, and we love to cook. Our breakfast menu has 12 to 15 entrees for people to choose from. It's all fresh. I get up at 4:30 in the morning and start cooking for you, and you choose what you like the night before, and on the time at which you want it served. So it's not 8 o'clock, be here or lose. You can have breakfast from 7 to 9, and we're happy to accommodate you.
And
St. Patrick's Day just around the corner. Might I see some Irish soda bread coming out of the brick oven?
Rick's grandmother.
That's right, yeah.
Irish soda bread.
Yeah,
Oh,
I make it every year, and it is a big hit.
it's a family recipe.
And it has, it's made with buttermilk and white raisins, and it is
Gold raisins.
yummy.
Golden raisins.
Golden raisins.
Yes.
Yeah, it's terrific. It's the best one I have.
Good.
wow.
I'll be here.
Okay.
I'll stop by.
Okay.
Can we just come and visit your kitchen and
That's
eat?
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll come and visit my kitchen and eat, but give me a heads up when you come. So I'll have it made for you.
Oh,
I try to do that for people, like in town. If, they say, hey, I'm having guests. And if we're not slammed, I'm more than happy to have somebody come and have breakfast with their family.
wow.
So,
That's great.
So how long have you been the innkeeper of the Hanna House?
we opened this house in, we opened this house in 2000 with 2 rooms, and we have since expanded it to a 5-bedroom bed and breakfast. It's all been redone from underground to the roof. All new bathrooms, all bedrooms, electrical, plumbing, everything's new. So we rebuilt the house. And it's been a joy. It's been a voyage.
A journey.
A journey. A journey that almost ended in divorce, but it's a journey. No, if you ever want to have a confrontation with your spouse or significant other, hang a ceiling.
Goodness gracious. You have a
My
great big
gosh.
sign on the door welcoming the North Carolina Main Street Conference that's here this
Yeah,
week.
they were a great bunch of folks. They thoroughly enjoyed our city. They commented several times about how our city has grown in the last 20 years, and it truly has grown thanks to people like Susan Moffat Thomas, who has helped with Swiss Bear and the Chamber of Commerce and the people of Tryon Palace. Everybody has worked diligently to bring New Bern up into the 21st century. They've really done an excellent job. And quite frankly, we deserve it. We worked hard. And after the storm, everybody pitched in and brought the city back, and we were working in gear 2 weeks later. It was terrific. So hats off to all our citizens of our wonderful little town.
yes, and you're going to be getting your bees soon.
Oh, yes.
your
I'm
girls.
a honeybee keeper.
Ah.
And last weekend we had the North Carolina Beekeepers Convention here at our own convention center. We had over 500 beekeepers, all learning more about bees and how we can keep them better and healthier, and the production of honey, which the Craven Pamlico Beekeepers Association, we sell our honey at Port Charlie's. The folks at Port Charlie's have been good enough to keep our honey and sell it for us. And the 27th of this month, I will get a whole new colony of girls to work with, so we'll have double the amount of honey that we did last year, and I'm really excited. It's going to be a great year. We've had an early spring. The girls are bringing in pollen like crazy, so we're going to have a lot of honey.
And on that note, I want to make breaking news, folks. I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh, no.
But it's breaking news.
It's gotta be about the bees.
We're going to have the
Earth Day.
Earth Day.
New Bern Earth Day. It's going to be a virtual Earth Day, first ever. Last year was the first time that New Bern Now and the New Bern Parks and Recreation teamed up. We haven't talked to them yet, but we'd like to team up with them. But the goal, since I'm not going to say the word, the virus is out there, and just to err on the side of precaution, we're gonna have a day where we're gonna be at the Hanna House here on the back porch and with the bees in the background. And we're going to have Skype calls coming in from hopefully the Cooperative Extension or River Keepers or all the different agencies and businesses who provide vital services to the sustainable living in New Bern and the greater New Bern area and surrounding areas. So stay tuned for more information, and I really appreciate Camille and Joe for partnering with us on this. So
It's fantastic.
Well, we had a great turnout last year. We had
Yeah.
like 6 couples that were really interested in what I was doing back there with the bees, and I think 2 of them went on to become beekeepers down in the county, Pamlico County. So
Yeah.
that's good.
it was surprising. We just thought of it like 3 weeks before Earth Day, and we're like, let's have Earth Day.
And it came together. Everything comes
Yeah.
together.
Everything
That's
comes
right.
together.
That sounds familiar, doesn't it?
So, but this time, that way, we're just gonna have a virtual one, only just for this year, and, because this is the 50th anniversary of Earth Day.
That's a
birthday.
great idea.
Gosh, you know what's scary? I remember the first one. Man, oh man.
Good old,
Kathy,
they were the
you're
good
just
old
turning
days.
50. I mean,
Scary.
you know.
I was only a year and a half, yeah. How many hives do you have? Do you have a whole stack of them?
I have 1 colony now. I will have 2.
Okay.
And I have what we call a bait colony out there to hopefully catch a swarm of bees. So I could have 3 or 4 colonies by June.
So you lure them in
You
to
lure 'em
form
in.
their own
Colony.
colony,
Right.
so there's a box there that they'll come to. And, well,
There's
that's
a
cool.
hot box with frames of honey on it, so the queen who swarmed and taken her colony with her for some reason
Mhm.
finds that box because it has honey in it from another queen's pheromones, and they march right in there and set up home.
Say, this is ours
Right in
now.
there.
It's ours now. Those girls take over.
That's
Squatters.
exciting.
No squatters.
They are squatters.
Like all the lights are on, but nobody's home yet. Right?
The lights are there.
All right.
Turn the switch.
I know
That's
you
neat.
must be gearing up for a busy season of folks coming in and wanting to make reservations. And so, how far in advance should people call? And
Well, we suggest at least 2 weeks in advance.
okay,
And hopefully all this nasty virus will go away.
fingers crossed.
Because we want to go to the basketball games and the baseball games that are supposed to be coming, etc. I mean, it's really putting a damper on our fun.
Well, I think you
Everybody's
should
fun.
join me and go in the Croatan National Forest where the virus can't touch it, so.
There you go.
Or go out on a boat,
On a
Hey,
boat.
get outdoors, do the river walk, just stay 6 feet away from people.
There you
At
go.
least.
Anyway,
Well, thank you to Camille and Joe for having us in today at the Hanna House. And
Pleasure.
I do wish it was Scratch and Sniff TV because it smells so good in here. It smells like bread. What did you make?
Joe just,
Joe
Joe,
made
Joe just made bread. It smells
Joe.
divine.
I made the porter bread.
Oh,
Porter
he
bread.
made
Ah.
porter bread, meaning that he uses the beer from Pete's Brewery 99 in our beer, and it gives it that almost sourdoughy taste. It's and it colors it this brown bread. People don't get what it is, but it's beer bread. actually.
Porter bread, yeah.
It's
Oh.
delicious.
Sure smells good.
And we get our beer from Pete, Brewery 99, every week, and he supplies us the beer and we supply the bread.
there you go.
Well, thanks a lot, Camille.
Thank you, Camille.
Enjoyed
Joe.
talking to you.
Hey.
And if you're joining us on social media, feel free to ask questions, make comments. We've been known to give away prizes to people who make comments and ask different things or share ideas or share events also on social media. So you can go to New Bern Now and contact us that way.
Yes, and we have another guest in the house. We have Jeannie Crockett of Crockett's Critter Care. Are you ready or
Come
you
on
want to wait?
down.
Come on in.
Come on in. I just surprised her.
There you go.
She was checking out her
There you
phone, and then she was like,
Whoa!
Right around.
Time to be on the podcast.
There we go. It works just like that.
Hi.
Yep.
How are you?
Thanks for coming today, Jean.
Well, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
So we're going to talk about Crockett's Critter Care. Give her a chance to get set up.
Do we have any comments?
So I have a
Social
comment.
media minute. Yeah, let's check it out.
Okay.
Hey, everybody.
All right.
Wendy, you just got them lined up to come in here and talk to us today.
You're popular. I have one who says I can smell the soda bread from there.
Probably.
Uh-huh.
Anybody else have anything? Let me check my phone real quick.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. And I just want to let people know that the New Bern Now's been on WNOS 103.9 FM, New Bern's original news station. It's up. I got the phrase right. But every Wednesday at 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. And the last couple of months, things have been. I've been having technical difficulty because of the new system, but it's not their fault. We will be on starting next week to continue. So thank you for your patience, Mike, and listening.
All right.
And that's it.
Jeannie, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am good. We are at the beautiful Hanna House, and we were just talking about smelling bread. I'm sure you were at the end of the countertop wondering where are all the goodies because it just smells divine. I feel like
Very nice here.
it's so homey in here, you know. We're sitting in the kitchen, and we thank them so much for the invite to come over today. So tell us about Critter Care.
Well, I started Crockett's Critter Care back in 2012. I had one of those life events that nudged me into doing something else. And I thought, well, you know, if I have to work for the rest of my life, which I do, I really want to do something that I love. And so I've been involved in animals for most of my life. Even when I was working a regular 40-hour week, my side time was spent with animals. So it was just natural for me to look at pet sitting, and I looked in the area and saw it was available and thought I could do this here. And so I joined Pet Sitters International, and I went to Craven Community College and took an entrepreneurship course, and we launched my business.
Good for you.
You've done an amazing job. You really have.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I started thinking, well, if I could get like 4 pet sits a day, I could stay in my house and pay my bills and gradually, slowly build my clientele. And I was a solopreneur for about 4 years until I realized I could not do this by myself anymore. I now have 5 employees.
Wow.
We're all trained in pet first aid and CPR. I've done a lot of training along the way just because I like to learn about animals. So after I joined Pet Sitters International, I took every course that they offer, every webinar. I go to conferences. I studied to become a certified professional pet sitter, which was a 6-month course with a 400-question quiz at the end of it.
Oh my goodness.
I then went on to become a fear-free certified professional, which is, basically it means I have learned to identify stress and fear and anxiety in pets and adjust myself accordingly to keep them relaxed while people are away. So, you know, we go into people's homes where we're the strangers, so it's important to keep them comfortable and have the owners come home to a happy and relaxed pet. So I had a great honor this year. I was nominated, was actually selected for Pet Sitter of the Year from Pet Sitters International.
Oh,
It was a lot of hard work to get here, but you know what? From day one, I wanted to do this right. And so when I did something different, new, I learned about it first. Before I hired employees, I hired an HR consultant who designed an employee manual just for me, for my business, and everything is up to par. Every step along the way, I tried to do it the right way. So Pet Sitters International was watching me at the conferences, and I got several people said, "Why don't you put your name in for this Pet Sitter of the Year?" And I said, "No." You know, but I heard it enough times. I thought, well, okay. So just put my name in made me step up my game. And I thought, okay, if my name's in here, what would I be doing? And I just redid my website, got all professional photos that had a professional on my website. Did my first video that I had to submit to Pet Sitters International. And they said, oh, you can do it on your smartphone. And I thought, no. And I hired a professional videographer and had it done the right way. And it's just all of those things that I've done along the way helped me to get this honor. So I'm very happy to have it. And I'm hoping that this is going to be my best year ever, and that this virus is not going to hurt me too bad. So.
What kinds of animals have you dealt with? You know, we expect dogs and cats.
Yeah.
What else has come down your way?
Well, mostly it is dogs and cats, but we also do birds and fish. I have a background in horses, although I've only had 2 requests for horses the whole time. So that's okay. I'm actually certified in small cage animals, barnyard animals. I've done some chickens, everything, just about everything but snakes. But my staff will do snakes, so we got everybody covered.
You got it covered, yeah.
That is outstanding.
Now, how exactly do you help clients? Is it when they go on vacation, or do you come in like daily to let dogs out if they need it, or?
Well, thank you for asking. When I have both. I do vacation sits, and those are for people who are going out of town, who want their pet to stay home. And so we go to their house 2 or 3 or 4 times a day, or for cats sometimes 1 time a day. And we feed and water, clean out the litter box, take the dog for a walk, play fetch. Whatever, we try to keep their pets to the normal routine. However, we have a growing, robust business of dog walking. And so we dog walk. I started out saying, I'm just going to dog walk Monday through Friday. I dog walk every single day. We have clients that have us come that want us to walk their dog. We have one client who's going to walk 3 times a day, every day. So thank goodness I have staff who can cover all their requests. People love their animals, and even if they're not able to walk their dog the way they used to be able to, they're happy that the dog is being walked by us. So it's been a win-win for everybody.
I know there are folks who, while they're away at work, they may not be able to come home during the day to take the dog out or take him for a walk. So you do that too.
I do, and when I first started, one of my first clients were people who worked on base. And they couldn't say to their boss, I have to go home and let my dog out.
Right.
So they would say, could you be on call? And I said, no, I can't, but I can come every day at 2 or 3 o'clock and take the dog for a walk. And that's pretty much how my dog walking business started, and it's grown from there. So that's a good part of my business.
Yeah. Actually, fellow corpsman, Jim, is one of your staff. Part of your team. Is he still with you?
Jimmy, he just retired.
He retired again.
Trying to get him to stay.
But he loved working with you and your clients. He just loved walking the dogs. So
He really was a great employee and a good friend. Still a good friend. I have been very lucky to have gotten very good employees. I didn't know where I was going to find when I started advertising for employees. And I'll tell you, when I started, I would get 110 applications for a part-time job.
wow.
And I looked at every single one of them to see if they mentioned dog, cat, bird, fish somewhere in their resume or their application. And I really was able to pick the cream of the crop. And so even if somebody leaves, and I think, oh my goodness, how am I going to replace Lauren, who's going to Hawaii because her husband was transferred, I'll find somebody like Caitlin or Kate. Or I have 5 employees right now. So we can cover our local area, which is for the most part downtown, River Bend, Derby Park, Trent Woods, and now we still get a lot of calls beyond our area because all the veterinarians recommend me. So we go over to James City frequently. It's just a little bit more expensive for us to go that far, so we charge a little bit more than a local if it pennies, not very much. So we have a great business now. Thank you.
Do you have additional openings, and if so, how can people get up with you?
Oh, well, people can call me or they can contact me through my website. I have a great website, Crockett's Critter Care, and there's a contact form there. If you're interested in my services, you can fill out a short little questionnaire that basically just says what kind of pet you have, where you live, when you need us, and when are you available for a meet and greet. we go to a meet and greet before we say yes to every single client. We need to know that that pet is going to be comfortable with us and vice versa. So, and from there, or they can call me and I can give them instructions on how to get to my website. But I would say that probably the website will leave me a message on my phone, and I call people back usually within a day or the next day.
What's your phone number?
252-635-2655.
All right. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeannie, for joining us. It's great seeing you again.
Your critter needs care.
Thank you.
Call Crockett's Critter Care.
There you go.
Wow, there's a jingle there somewhere. I can hear it. I can hear that jingle. CrockettCare.com.
Where your critters count.
Oh, nice tagline.
There you go.
Boy, we like alliteration.
Even better.
Yay.
All right.
Thank you very much. That goes to Rich.
Okay.
Good.
Did you have another?
Right.
Over here, taste.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, a tasting session.
This bread is made with stout,
You're done?
cardamom,
This is great.
golden raisins, pecans.
Oh,
Okay, so it's interesting.
I think you need to do a tasting session, Wendy.
I think we do.
Yep,
This is
yep.
honey from our bees, and then this cream cheese.
Wow, honey from the bees, we have cream cheese, and this is the porter bread that he was talking about. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
So we are here on the plate, so it sounds like we might get to enjoy.
I'll zoom in real quick.
Okay,
and then we'll
Wendy's gonna turn the camera.
continue doing what we were doing.
All right, take a look at that.
We're gonna zoom in on Rich.
Wow.
Okay, what do we have here? Wow, there's
Yeah,
honey and that's the
Spices and raisins, and he said stout.
it's the porterhouse porter
Porterhouse.
porter beer
Yeah.
bread.
Porterhouses.
I think we're
Yeah,
gonna
not
do
a
that.
steak.
I think, Colleen always wants samples, and by
That's
golly, there
right.
it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
There it is, we got samples.
all right. So
Okay.
Good stuff. So what's going on in everybody's world?
Oh, all right, what have we got?
So Chris says yum.
Yum. Doesn't it
Chris
look good?
liked when
Yes.
you tilted the camera over there so
Yeah.
we could take a look at the bread.
All
Kathy,
right,
what's going
guys.
on at the Historical
For
Society?
Historical Society, I just want to mention a couple of things. This coming Saturday the 14th, is the encore for the Underground Railroad presentation from Lisa Jones at the Washington Waterfront Underground Railroad Museum. And she will be at St. Peter's AME Zion Church at 617 Queen Street. That's at 3:30 on Saturday. It's free. You don't need a ticket. You don't need a reservation. Just go. She's a wonderful speaker. She, thrilled the folks at the Lunch and Learn. Got a standing ovation. She talks about really communication, how the Underground Railroad functioned and how they passed information from the slaves to the other slaves to the Underground Railroad folks without the owners and the overseers and all those folks realizing they were communicating.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very interesting. So that's Saturday the 14th at 3:30 at St. Peter's AME Zion on Queen Street across the street from the cemetery. So go see that. That's free. Then I also want to mention the 27th of this month, March 27th, is the deadline to apply for the Harriet Marks Scholarship. The Historical Society sponsors every year Harriet Marks Scholarship. She's from the Oscar Marks family, the O. Marks building down there. And back in, I think, about 68, this scholarship was funded through her estate. And this goes to a senior at New Bern High School. It considers both academics and need on an equal weight. There's information and the applications are on our website at newbernhistorical.org/scholarship, or you can go to the counselor at the high school. So do
Pays too, huh?
it's a good generous scholarship. It varies every year depending on how things earn, but it's renewable for 4 years. So this will more than pay for books. This will pay for books and for some room and board too. And it's 4 years of it. So apply. Apply. I put it on Facebook. Share that with somebody who you think might be a good candidate. And the deadline to turn, you gotta fill out all the forms, do all the stuff you've been doing for all your other things. But that needs to come in by March 27th.
Okay.
March 27th. And that's all, that's all at this point that I have.
Today.
That's
right, for today.
Wait till tomorrow, we'll find some more.
Susan, how are you doing? We've missed you.
Well,
Yes.
I've missed being here. I've just been very busy, involved in a lot of things, and most recently was the 5th annual Shakespeare dinner that was sponsored by the English Speaking Union fundraiser. It was really fun. A lot of people came in costume and Elizabethan type things. And there was a competition earlier in the day that would, and I have not received the name of the winner yet, but that student will compete nationally, all expenses paid, and whoever is the ultimate winner of that will go to London and be with the Shakespeare Theater for a month, I believe it's a month, where they are, trained and whatnot. So it's pretty exciting, actually.
Very
It's
nice.
fun.
I saw that Rob Jones posted, "I love the Hanna House." Forgot to give him a shout out.
We do
I
too, Rob Jones.
I think Rob likes the porter bread, is what I'm thinking.
That's what I was going to say next. He heard porter bread and he was all over it. So, anyway. Well, at the city, we've been, unfortunately, we've had to talk about that, we'll just say
That
virus,
thing.
that thing.
Yes.
And reminding all of our departments about, prevention measures and things like that. Unfortunately, we're having to discuss, what would happen with continuity of service and operations if there was widespread cases of the virus here in New Bern. So that's been a big topic at City Hall as of late. But on the more fun side of what we've been doing, we were talking about the North Carolina Main Street Conference being here. Yesterday there was a luncheon upstairs in the historic courtroom for all the mayors that are here for the NC Main Street Conference and also the electeds who are here. And so Alderman Bangle brought these beautiful flowers and all the New Bern colors, the red and the gold and all that kind of stuff. And it was a fantastic meal, and I think everybody enjoyed it. It was about 50 people who came, and they loved seeing the historic City Hall. There have been tours all over downtown. I know some groups have gone to the Chamber to see the new Chamber of Commerce. It was, of course, flooded during Hurricane Florence, and they just got back into the building in December. They have one more room to work on over there, but such a pretty place. So they're getting to know New Bern, some maybe for the first time, some coming back after the hard work of Susan and so many organizations and helpful folks around our city. So that's been really fun.
I just want to add in on that. Of course, I love seeing all my old buddies that,
I saw your
have been in the Main
post
Street
about,
program for years, but the figures for the state, the actual impact of the Main Street program on the economies in North Carolina surpassed any economic development in any other arenas. And North Carolina leads in all of that. So, this self-help approach works. And of course, New Bern has been involved since 1980, and probably is one of the most successful of all. And so it's wonderful when people come, and they love coming to New Bern. We love showing off. And it was really great that it happened when it did, the conference, before this thing, would require cancellations, because in 2014, which was the year I retired, but we had the conference here then. And if anybody remembers, there was a terrible storm, and it was canceled. That was in, I believe, February or March, and then it had to be rescheduled, which was a real nightmare. And so this time, Liz Parham, who's the director of the state program, she called the county and she said, "I want to know if you can guarantee you won't close it off the convention center." Of course, they couldn't promise anything, but fortunately, we had beautiful weather and it was a great conference.
That's what I was going to say. They couldn't have come during a better weather week.
That's
Oh
right.
my goodness.
Wonderful, warm, sunny.
Temperatures in the 70s.
It's gonna be, I think it's gonna be 80. I thought it was 80.
Today, yes.
And lugging all this equipment around doesn't help.
Got
Yeah.
warm
That's
early.
It's going to get worse before it gets
We can
better.
assure everybody that it's always this beautiful in Newburgh.
That's right, always.
It's just the way it is.
Our cars and our decks and things like that are yellow because we just love the color.
Pretty.
Oh, it's pretty.
Pretty.
Reminds us of the sunshine. That's right, one of our
There
Newburgh
you go.
colors, so why not? So Wendy, you have a deadline approaching. You want to talk about community announcements?
Yes, just a quick, did I write it down?
Yes.
Right in front of my face, okay. All right, the deadline is approaching. Let's try to look at the cameras, folks. That's your camera. Okay, there's a deadline approaching for the New Bern Now's magazine. It's not the Ledger anymore. And it is March 18th, so send us your community announcements, events. Want to advertise with us, we can work out a multimedia package for you because you'll be on the podcast, the magazine, the website. So it's a great way to, New Bern Now's like a community guide, and it's not specifically geared towards tourists, it's for everyone. The information is from the community, for the community, and there's all kinds of things in it. And if you want your announcements in there, please email info@newbernnow.com or give me a call at 259-6853. Thank you.
You can put together kind of a custom package for them, depending on, where they want to get their message out and all that good stuff.
Yeah, because the cost of print, paper is going up, and it helps. So.
Rich, I forgot to ask you how you were doing. I didn't mean to skip you.
You know, Colleen, I was all prepared to talk about the official or unofficial start of spring and summer, which is down for all of eastern North Carolina. It's the Emerald Isle St. Patrick's Day Parade and Festival. And unfortunately, this morning at 8 a.m., the city of Emerald Isle announced that
No, there you go.
so this morning at 8 a.m. they elected to cancel that festival. So there's an official announcement on their Facebook page, and that's an event that we look forward to, Sally and I, every year. It's a great event. There's all kinds of music and vendors and big sponsorships, and they get anywhere from 15,000 to 25,000 people every year that attend that festival. So unfortunately they're not going to be doing it this year, but there's always next year.
It's always right.
Yep.
Doesn't mean you don't have any luck of the Irish.
That's right.
There's not a parade, so we can hold on until next year. And then, let's see if she's here. Wendy's
I
gonna,
think we got somebody else in the wings.
fetch our next guest for us. So, let's see here.
I was going to ask if we're doing the socks.
You know, funny you should say that. That is listed. How did you remember that?
I saw somebody else talking about burning
Yeah, we
their
can
socks.
talk about that today.
Okay.
I was...
I don't want to steal your thunder, but
No, that would be the third annual Burn Your Socks on the Equinox.
there you are.
It's, right now, it's still being held on the 20th of March. We'll talk about that a little later in the show. But first, we have a guest.
Oh, hi!
Come on down.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Ooh, this is a fancy stool. I'm not sure what's front
Yeah,
and
don't
what's
stand
back.
and fall off. We don't want that.
How is
Bethany
everybody?
Richards,
Hi.
how are you doing? I always
How's it
going to say
going?
Bethany Peddling Richards because that's what you are on Facebook.
Whatever you want to call
Go
me,
do
I'll
it.
answer to it.
And if you know Bethany, like there's so many people who walk up and they're like, yeah, do you know Bethany Peddling Richards? I'm like, I sure do.
Do they really?
Yes.
Do they have something good to say? or
Yes,
something
yeah,
bad?
yeah. I forget who it was. It was Brad Poirier.
Oh, yeah.
City of Bees. Like, yeah, you know Bethany
Yeah,
Peddling
we're
Richards?
working
I'm
together
like, I
on a
sure
couple
do.
things coming up, so he's awesome. I was
He is
just looking
awesome.
at some of his things on Instagram. So.
Yeah.
He's
So
a
that's
rider.
very cool.
He keeps us on our toes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's so creative.
Yeah.
He
He
has the total
is.
creative brain.
He really
I'm telling you.
is. He really is. So how is everybody? Thanks for
Good.
having
Good.
me. Beautiful out there.
She's gorgeous. Is her still on?
It says on.
Do you want me to switch with her?
Nope.
Or-
Oh, okay.
So, You are spearheading this incredible event with the Palace, and it has to do with Back to the Future, one of everybody's favorite movies.
Right? I had no idea. I mean, I knew it was a classic cult movie, but I didn't know it was such a popular. I mean, with just coming out with the event, I've had so many people go, "That's my favorite movie. I love Michael J. Fox," and that's why we're doing it. Is not only is it the 35-year anniversary of the movie coming out, because it came out
Is
in
it really?
1985.
Holy
I
cow!
know, isn't it wild?
I graduated then. Wow.
Yeah, it's wild to think about because it seems like yesterday. But you know, obviously with the Parkinson's awareness that the Bike Box Project works through, we work in hand with Team Fox because research and finding a cure is so important. So not only do we work with the community, the Parkinson's community here, but we also research to a cure is so important. And we love Michael J. Fox. He's so humble. He's so giving for everything that he's done. And he's opened the door to us learning more and working more for a cure for Parkinson's disease. So and it's just such a great movie. And we've always done events that are active. We've done bicycling events, run events. And somebody mentioned, hey, what about something that would be good for a family? We thought, well, everybody likes a good movie. So this is a good opportunity for people to come out, put their feet up, enjoy a good movie. Plus, we have the time machine.
With DeLorean?
Yeah, it's going to be, so they have to
Awesome.
trailer it here because they don't put mileage on it, but we're going to have photo ops, and this is a donation-based event, so the Triumph Palace History Center, Nicole Brooks, Regina, that whole staff has been amazing and so communicative and so easy to work with, so I'm really excited about this event. It's going to be a fantastic venue. The theater holds about 194 people. So we're hoping to fill it up. We have 2 showings, one at 3 o'clock, one at 7 o'clock on March 28th. So we're just urging people, get your $2 reservated seat. Reservated?
Reserve.
We'll take it.
Reserve.
It's Back to the Future. Who knows?
It's the afternoon. My mind is starting to slowly shut down. But yeah, it's $2, but it is a free event. We're hoping that people will just make a donation for how much they love what's going on. So yeah, we're really looking forward to it. Hope y'all can all come out.
And I heard you were looking for some folks to be kind of costumed actors or whatever who are going to be
We thought
there.
it would be a lot of fun if we just had random people dressed up like Doc Brown and Marty McFly or Biff. Just so people can get pictures with them, and it would just be fun. And some people are making this an 80s event, so they want to dress up 80s. So yeah, if anybody out there is listening and would like to dress up for the event and just make it that much more fun, we love to make it good. We
Please,
have a good Doc Brown
Bethany
thing.
Cuddling Richards, stop right there.
So are you looking for sponsors, or do you want to mention some sponsors, or?
We for this event we have Toyota of New Bern, who's fantastic. They've sponsored the DeLorean being here.
Okay.
You know, Flights Bike Shop is always a nice sponsor because we have our tandem bike program over there. We didn't actively solicit sponsors for this event. We really just welcome donations. It does go towards the Bike Box Project, which is Parkinson's awareness. So we just encourage, you know, we like our events to just be all-inclusive, and we just like people to come out and just enjoy and talk about things and talk about family members that possibly have Parkinson's and how we can actually help, how we can work with our Rocksteady boxing program that we just kicked off, and just make it a conversation so that people know that we're out there. So for future events and stuff, that maybe there are businesses that would like to sponsor, get money, or get their name on a t-shirt, a banner. But this event has been not actively sought out for sponsors, but hey, if somebody wants to be a part of it. We are doing a trailer for the movie, so before showing the movie, we'll have like a little 3 to 4 minute trailer for our sponsors, like little commercials. So yeah. It's gotten to the point where we're doing so many events, it's really hard to, and you know, there's so many events in New Bern going on, so I feel like a lot of businesses are just constantly kind of being taxed. Now they want to be involved and they want to help, but it's just hard to constantly kind of go after it. So we're kind of just like, hey, we're here. You know, if you want to help us out, we love it.
It's really a great approach.
Yeah.
And you'll probably do extremely well.
We do. We actually got 3 grants last year. The Carolina East Foundation, Weyerhaeuser, and the Bates Foundation very generously gave Bike Box Project grants, and that was a total of $15,000. So we were actually able to start the Rocksteady Boxing program in New Bern, which is a non-contact fitness class for people specifically that have Parkinson's disease. So that's where I just came from. That's why I'm, I was waiting for my hair and makeup to be done.
In the green room.
Here I am. So, all my glory.
But I saw a post on one of your social media feeds where you got to have dinner with Michael J. Fox a couple years ago, and you were really touched by that. And I just wanted to ask you about it because it was such a wonderful event.
He is just, I can't tell you how much Team Fox means to myself, the Bike Box Project. They are the most supportive foundation, and they genuinely and ultimately give all the money that comes in towards finding a cure. I just can't express how much love I have for them, and I feel, I'm in New Bern, and we're kind of a smaller fundraiser for Team Fox. So they have people that do bike rides that raise $1 million for an event. I do Burn Into the Beach as a big event, and we get $8,000 to $10,000. And we do donate just a portion to Team Fox. We keep a lot of it here locally for people that need anything, wheelchair or Rocksteady Boxing or anything like that. But they treat me as though I'm $1 million fundraiser.
Isn't that wonderful?
So they just treat everybody with such care and kindness and respect. It really makes you feel one of a kind. And last year they had us at a disabled because Florence happened to New Bern. I hate to bring up the F word. But it did happen, and we still had Burn Into the Beach in October despite the storm. So I think they wanted to recognize and thank us for still working so hard for Parkinson's research. So they just constantly amaze me. They are featuring me for April. They featured me for March, and now they want to feature me for April as a Team Fox athlete. And I get emails from them every day, and they're just wonderful. They're just a great organization. I'm just proud to raise money for research and cure for Parkinson's through them.
Well, your enthusiasm for this project is so great.
Yes.
How could anybody resist?
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you saying, it's funny how, and it's crazy to think this started with a box on the back of my bicycle that my husband built. And I thought, it'll just be a couple bucks a year, but at least it'll motivate me to be on my bike, and I'll be giving back. And 4 years later, we've raised over $100,000.
Wow!
So it's really just, I have a great family and friends. We have a board of directors now. We're an official nonprofit, which we've done for almost 2 years. And they constantly push me to do more, and we constantly are coming up with good ideas and just things to raise more money and awareness and make more friends and just be more visible in the community. So it's just it's a big team effort between everybody.
One of the things I want to add to what you're saying, New Bern really has, the renaissance was because of the private sector, the impact of the private sector. And I'm thinking of you think, you're going to go out and raise a few dollars. I mean, this again, turning it into a fabulous fundraiser. Leah Morris, which you get your paint on, another
Right.
one that turned into just incredible.
Kate, I just have to, Kate.
Okay, all right.
And I love I babysat Morrison also when he was a baby. So I'm from New Bern, but
now he's a baby.
Also, that's right. That's right.
But the private sector can do wonders.
Yeah, and I got to say, a lot of it has to do with this town. This town is extra special.
Mm-hmm.
It's a gem of a town. We are also fortunate to be here and be surrounded by people that care about each and every one of our causes or our business or whatever we have going. People just solidly support it, and it blows my mind every single day. So we are all just very fortunate. I'm blessed. I grew up here. A lot of people don't know that this is my hometown, so I'm very fortunate to be able to come back post-career and be a part of such a community and, hang out with friends' parents that I went to school with. That, they were Jimmy's parents. They weren't very cool. now I come back to New Bern and we hang out with them all the time. So it's funny how things work like that, but it's good to be here.
Wouldn't it be wonderful if somebody would take on a project and put together all the money raised in 1 year by all the nonprofits and the events? I bet the amount would be absolutely staggering.
That would be very interesting to know
I
that.
bet it would be.
It would be.
Trillion, gazillion, exponential billion.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
People are just so willing to give, and I think, the big picture, and I think it's all over the country, but I think it's especially in New Bern. That people like to give.
Yeah.
So mark your calendar, March 28th, Back to the Future, presented by the Bike Box Project and Tryon Palace. 2 showings, 3 p.m., 7 p.m. You said it's $2?
It's $2 to reserve a seat, and you can just go to bikeboxproject.org, click on the Back to the Future icon, pick your showing, and that's how you reserve your seats. And then you just show up and get your picture with the DeLorean and hang out with us.
That's right. Bethany
Utopia's
peddling
going
her
to do some
shirts.
beers for us. We're going to have some food. We're deciding on a food truck. We're getting it catered. But there'll be a lot going on. We're also raffling a bike at 6:30 that night. So the bike raffle's been going on for a couple months. We have a really cool beach cruiser that Place Bike Shop donated. So we'll be pulling that ticket at this event as well. So
special thanks to Tryon Palace for making this venue
very
available to you, right?
They
That's
are
so
wonderful.
They are.
Wonderful people over there. Yep. Making
Wonderful.
things happen over there.
Well, rock on, Bethany.
Thank you
Yes,
so
you
much,
did awesome
y'all.
work.
Thank you for having me.
Yay.
I hope you all have a great summer.
Thank
Good to see you
Yay.
again.
Stay cool.
All right.
Right.
Okay. Thank you, Bethany.
Thank you all so much. Good to see everybody.
Yes,
You
you
too.
too.
And she left us some great
Yeah.
wristbands too that we
bracelet.
can wear at the Bike Box. I think she was trying to drop a hint, Wendy. You need hair and makeup here. At
Oh,
the
I definitely need hair and makeup.
All right. All right.
Actually, I need a haircut. All right.
Okay.
Ready? Yeah.
Go stay tripping, maybe? Talk
Yeah.
about what's going on?
Definitely, yeah. Time is a ticking.
It is. So, 13th through the 15th, the Friends of the Library biannual book sale at the Bridgepoint Hotel. This benefits the New Bern-Craven County Public Library.
Also on the 13th, a short history of face jugs by Potter, Ben Alden Watford. And that's at the Crystal Lady Gallery and Stained Glass Studio on 217 Middle Street.
Yeah, and just real quick, that's Michael Lee Rose Watson's new studio, and Ben has over 120 jugs on display, so, yeah.
And in addition to her new show, her new shop, she is going to showcase different artists on 30 days, at a time. So it'll be like Ben, and there'll be others, but it's really wonderful to have her back on Middle Street.
Yes,
So
it is.
she is so talented.
All right.
The 13th, Art Walk New Bern, presented by the Craven Arts Council at the Bank of the Arts. Greater Good Gallery in numerous locations in downtown and around New Bern.
All right, also on the 13th is Shamrock in 2020, the St. Patrick's Day celebration, and that's at the North Carolina History Center, presented by the Rotary Club of New Bern.
So much going on, and it's Friday the 13th. I hope
Uh-oh, well, don't tell anybody then.
Blackbeard's is having its 3rd annual St. Patrick's Day celebration, so at Blackbeard's Triple Play Restaurant downtown.
All right.
And on the 14th, it is the Tryon Civitans' 9th annual Flapjack fundraiser. And that is going to be held at the Kitchen on the Trent.
Okay.
On the 14th again, the 5th annual Sickle Cell Walk Run at Union Point Park, and that is presented by the News Pamlico Sound Women's Coalition.
Okay. Continuing on the 14th, Riverbend Showcase. Phyllis Hoffman was here in our last episode and told us all about that. And they're going to talk about all the good things there are in Riverbend.
And on the 14th, there's a home improvement auction at the Craven County Fairgrounds.
And on the 17th, St. Patrick's Day, it's Luck of the Irish. And that's going to be held at the Garage on US 70 in James City.
And on the 18th, Coastal Women's Forum Luncheon, and the speaker is Judy Pierce, and that is going to be at the New Bern Golf and Country Club.
Okay, the 18th and the 19th, we have March Musicale That's at the Bank of the Arts, presented by the Carolina Chamber Music Festival.
And on the 20th, an Artisans Affair. This is going on at the Havelock Tourist and Events Center. We do want to let you know if you're interested in any of the events, because the virus is going on, you might want to look up the organizations and go to their websites or follow them on social media to see if they are still going to be held. We do have one to update you on. On the 20th was the New Bern Empty Bowls second serving. They had such a popular event that they had scheduled another one at the Carolina Colors Pavilion. Again, this was on the 20th, but we've since learned that that has been canceled because of the virus. So again, stay tuned to these organizations and their announcements as things may change. Also on the 20th, Explorations in the Arts at Craven Community College. It's Cane Mill Road in concert at Maringer Auditorium.
And on the 20th to the 22nd, it's Willy Wonka Jr. It's at the New Bern Civic Theater. It's Friday, Saturday, 7:30 p.m. Sunday is at 2 p.m. And if you need more information, give the folks a call at 252-633-0567.
And on the 21st, basic boating safety class, 8:30 in the morning to 4:30 in the evening, and this is at Fairfield Harbor Community Center, 585 Broad Creek Road, and this is presented by the New Bern U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary.
All right, and also on the 21st and 22nd at the New Bern Riverfront Convention Center, yay, stuff is happening there, is the Spring Home and Garden Show, presented by ENC Live. That's from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., and you can call them at 970-590-0383.
On the 21st, I couldn't be prouder to announce it's the Ride for Law Enforcement Metric Century for 2020. We have several of our New Bern Police Department officers who are participating. I believe they are headed to Oriental. It's about 62 miles that they plan for this trip. It starts at 10:30 a.m. at Union Point Park, and it's hosted by Flight's Bike Shop. So thanks so much to Flight's for that.
And on the 21st, it's Reach for the Stars Gala. This is a flame catering event and at the Banquet Center, and it's presented by the St. Paul Catholic School.
And on the 21st through the 22nd of the New Bern Home and Outdoor Living Expo, and that is at our wonderful Riverfront Convention Center.
Okay, also on the 21st, it's Shockwave Wrestling at the Craven County Fairgrounds, presented by the Craven County JCs.
And on the 24th, it was the Craven Works Job Fair and Resources event that was going on at the Convention Center. And they, too, have recently made an announcement about this event because of the virus. It has now become a virtual job fair, and it actually starts on March 17th. So you can go to their website and look up all the different employers that are looking for help. You can email them your resume, and the job fair folks will make sure that they get it. So look out. You could stay home in your jammies, send them a resume virtually, and hopefully get a job out of this. So again, the Craven Works Job Fair is now a virtual job fair that starts March 17th and lasts through March 30th? 31st, lasts through the end of the month. So make sure if you're looking for a career or looking for a new job, make sure you attend the virtual job fair.
And on the 26th, presented by the North Carolina History Center, it's a special invitation for students to meet Harriet Tubman.
And on the 26th, the Beethoven Symphony No. 7, and this is presented by, of course, the North Carolina Symphony, and it will be held at the Temple Church.
Okay, the 26th to the 29th, we will host the Vietnam Wall That Heals. It's on display at Lawson Creek Park, presented by the American Legion Post 539 and the Knights of Columbus Assembly number 1820.
And of course, if you're looking for live music, you can go to the New Bern Music Calendar on Facebook, and thank you to Joanne Friedman for keeping that going for us. You talked a little bit, Wendy, about your virtual Earth Day, so that's also coming up for April, and I'm sure we'll talk more about that. And we had a comment from Michelle, who said, thank you for, hi guys, just wanted to,
Michelle.
Thank you for all you do to keep our community informed on what is happening. Hi, Michelle.
Thank you.
Thanks so much
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. And Bethany was watching before she came on. And then Rob Jones is up there. Good stuff. All right.
Okay.
So,
Did we talk about the tails?
No, we haven't done Palace yet.
Happenings at Tryon Palace. Let's kick that off. On the 19th is the African American Lecture Series, Fly Bessie Fly. Again, that's at the History Center. And Tryon Palace offers all kinds of regular events, like behind the scenes. You can tour some of the different exhibits and things and go behind them and see how they do different things, like tours. You can attend garden lectures there at the Palace. They have really popular Outlander tours that go on, some of them that include a fancy dinner at the end. We've been to one of those, it's really nice. All kinds of things going on at the Palace, and you can check them out at tryonpalace.org to get all of the details. And finally, don't forget to visit newbernnow.com/calendar. A lot of things get updated on that page, so there might be something new there if you're interested in something going on in our beautiful town. So check out the website for all the details.
Yeah, and Rich, I'm gonna try to cue up this.
Okay, sounds good, I'm ready.
Are you ready? On your mark?
Okay. Are you ready to go day tripping?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Ready,
wait.
set, go.
Wait.
Wendy's the only one.
You're the only one hearing it, yeah.
The listeners heard that. So what's going on,
Well,
Rich?
thank you, Wendy, for that introduction. March 18th, there are some events next week that are still scheduled. On the 18th, at Fort Macon, it's the musket firing demonstration from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. And then the following day, on the 19th, it's the natural side of Fort Macon, a presentation also from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. I would recommend that you go to their website. It's ncparks.gov/Fort Macon State Park. And the Beaufort Maritime Museum on the 19th, they are doing a presentation of Beaufort's dolphins, getting to know them, from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. This is a kind of bring your lunch, listen to, it's free admission, there's no advance registration, walk-ins are welcome, the lectures start at noon, and registration, as I said, is not required. If you want more details, give the folks at the Maritime Museum a call at 252-504-7740, or go to their website at ncmaritimemuseumbeaufort.com. And for any aspiring musicians, there's an open mic at the Carolina Home and Garden. That is also on the 19th. It's from 6:30 p.m. until 9:30 p.m. Let's see. We have on, now this is still a scheduled event, and maybe more people need to do this year, you know, given what's going on
One of our favorites.
in the United States. So it's March 20th. It's the third annual Burn Your Socks on the Equinox, and it's from 6 p.m. till 8 p.m. This is a tradition started back in the 80s in Annapolis, Maryland. You know, for me to give an explanation of what this is all about would probably be an injustice. But it's a day where you burn your socks. I mean, that's all there is to it, folks. And it's a spring tradition that has grown to coastal communities across the country. Believe it or not, you can join the folks in Beaufort and celebrate the age-old maritime tradition of burning your socks. I said that. You heard that right. It is burning your socks on the spring solstice. You can enjoy oysters, food, brew, and music. It's a ticket event. If you want more details, give the folks in Beaufort a call, 252-728-2141, or go to their website. It's beaufortnc.com. And then, go ahead.
I just have to ask, with all the events we have in Newbern, surely somebody is doing that here in Newbern.
If anybody has been to that event in the last 2 years, please let us know. Maybe we need a call-in. We need somebody calling in to kind of tell us
If anybody
about
wears the
this.
same socks all winter, please don't come and see us.
Take your socks to the burning event.
That's right.
I wonder if it's like it's like a bonfire. They stack up all the pallets or old wood. I wonder if they stacked up all the old socks.
Imagine the fragrance.
Right.
It was only socks. It was only socks that would stand up by themselves. That's what it says here. And they had a lot of sawdust caulk and bottom paint. So these things these socks kind of take a life of their own on, and they gotta go.
That reminds me
Of a pair of socks?
of being on the ship and going through the male berthing and doing the health and hygiene checks. They were pretty stiff socks.
Socks.
Yeah.
Dirty socks. Dirty socks.
Wow.
All right, so if you don't want to burn your socks on the 20th, go over to Promised Land Market from 8:30 to 11:30 p.m. I get it. If you don't want to burn your socks, go listen to some live music.
Yeah.
It's Barry Charlton at Promised Land Market, and of course that's right on Arundel Street in Morehead City. Go to their website. It's promisedlandmarket.com. And I got one more shout out for St. Patrick's Day, and that's March 20th and 21st. It's the Infusion Cafe, which is a really pretty cool coffee house. It's the 10th annual Irish evening from 7:30 till 9:30 p.m. They're pleased to present the 10th annual Irish evening with special guest Melody McKay, singing, playing Celtic alto, soprano recorder, guitar. So there'll be music. There'll be 3 courses of hearty traditional Irish fare, 2 courses of stout Irish infusions, served with a heaping help of Irish music. Sounds pretty good, right?
Yes.
So if you want more details about this event, give them a call, 252-240-2800.
I'll be your
And
on-site Irish reporter.
yeah, check it
It's
out.
Fun Adventure on
There you are.
Facebook. Check it out.
Aw. Yeah.
And then I think just one more announcement, and that's on the 21st. It's Ed Prophet, and he's playing. That music will be at the Promised Land Market from 8:30 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. So check all the live music schedules that are happening at Promised Land Market on Arundel Street in downtown Morehead City. Thank you, Wendy.
All right.
Thank you, Rich.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, do we end with the music still? Or
We
no?
gotta say,
We've got-
let's end it. Let us know.
All right. Here's
I meant his segment.
Oh, his-
his
you wanna
segment with
finish
the
his-
music.
Let's try it out.
Do we have music? I don't know.
Here we go.
Okay. Virtual music.
There you go. You guys can't hear it, but everybody else
Oh, Wendy's
can,
over here
so.
grooving.
That's right. That's right.
Special
Grooving.
thank.
Go ahead. I was going to say grooving in the shadow of the wonderful oven here in the Hanna House.
That's right.
Yeah.
The Hanna House, thank you so much to Camille and Joe for having us out here today. And this has been one of the comfier, cozier, you're sitting in somebody's kitchen, we're about to have some porter bread.
Yay.
It doesn't get much better than that. So special thanks to them. Pollock Street, downtown. Make sure you come and visit the Hanna House. And better yet, make a reservation. Right?
Yeah,
Come and
there
stay.
you go.
Come and have breakfast the next day. Special thanks too to New Bern's news talk station, WNOS 103.9 FM and 1450 AM for airing this podcast. Wendy talked about it. It comes on every Wednesday at 8 a.m. and also at 5 p.m.
All right. Let Wendy know if you want to host our show, join us as a guest, or have any questions, comments, or suggestions by calling 252-259-6853 or sending an email to info@newbernnow.com. Hey.
Well, thanks for joining us today, folks. That's a wrap. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thanks for joining us. More music.
You can't hear it.
Virtual music.
Do you hear it now? It's real. Thanks, folks.
Okay.
Oh, I need to press the stop button.
Okay.
Where is it? Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.